Hello guys, Cam Alex Mason here. We're playing some more Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer. This time on the map Overflow. Location is Peshawar, Pakistan. I'm playing as the militia. There's only one weapon left that the militia has to use, and that is their concussion grenades.
Team deathmatch. We will show them conviction.
So, anyway, later on I want to talk a little more about what I saw yesterday, because yesterday Treyarch made their massive Black Ops 3 reveal. And that, I mean, it wasn't what I was hoping would be the next map, but it's still a pretty decent map. Also, they have a pre-order bonus, like depending on which version you got, where you can actually get a remake of the map Derice. The map is called The Giant, which is also very odd considering that Derice, or I should say Deriza, if I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know, I haven't been in German class for like not over a year, but in like maybe 7 months. Translates to The Giant, but it's not taking place during the same time for some reason. But this new map, I think it's called Shadows of Evil, and it's got a combination of BioShock. Like, the atmosphere feels like BioShock and Mob of the Dead at the same time. Why do I say BioShock and Mob of the Dead specifically? Well, for starters, the map takes place in the 40s, and Mob of the Dead took place in like the 30s during, you know, the gangster periods and stuff. And you actually get to play as a crooked cop who would take these deals from the mafia and stuff. That's what made it interesting. Also, the atmosphere kind of feels like that. I can't remember the name of the city, but it feels like it's that city underwater, but it's not underwater. And that's like that's why I think it has that BioShock feel. And it's supposed to take place right after Origins. Again, not the kind of map I was hoping it would be. Like, I was hoping it would take place right after Barry, because, you know, they still haven't told us what happened to the characters on Moon. And I want to know what happened on Moon. I'm desperately waiting for the arrival of more information about Moon. Other than that, so they have these 4 different characters. One's a dancer. She's not a prostitute or a like a stripper. She's just a dancer at one of those nightclubs, but I don't know if it was an illegal practice then. You know, the stuff you see at speakeasies. You play as a crooked cop who used to take buys from the mafia. You play your other character is a magician. I don't really know what he did bad. They don't really say. They also don't say much about what the female character did either. They do talk about the crooked cop and the dirty boxer. Like, the boxer, he took his, like, padding off his gloves or something. And he also would hide his brass knuckles in there so he would fight dirty and win. No,
We've taken the advantage.
Oh God, no. God, can you leave me alone?
Counter UAV on standby. Care package awaiting orders. Counter UAV inbound. Friendly care package inbound.
The magician, though, this is interesting. He looks and is voice act by Jeff Goldblum, the guy who played Dr. Malcolm in Jurassic Park and in The Lost World Jurassic Park. Not sure how that's gonna work out. I mean, I kinda, like, he's an okay kind of actor if, you know, he didn't stutter, but I think he's past that by now. Or at least I hope so.
We're winning this fight.
Damn it.
Guardian, ready for deployment. We lost the lead.
What?
We're losing everything we lost. We've taken control.
Stop dying, you idiots. God, you guys are terrible. Damn it. No! I know where he's going. But anyway, there's like these new things, like there's a gumball machine. Again, I don't want to say all the speculating stuff, but I'm going to do it anyway. This gumball machine, I don't think there are really any perks. I think, like, perk machines, I think the perks are in the gumballs. Like, it's just a gumball machine, you just pop a gumball in and they do certain things. I don't know yet. So that's one thing that's new. There's this other thing, I don't know if it acts like a, like, you know, those power-ups, like you get max ammo, insta-kill, fire sale, or whatnot. But you get to be like this strange kind of alien-like thing. It's like the combination of the Grave Mind from Halo, and I don't know why, but it reminds me of the Xenomorphs, like the facehuggers. I don't know. It's like this freak of nature thing, and they have these new enemies. Again, I don't know how it's gonna play out. I kind of like it, but again, it wasn't what I was hoping for the zombies. I was really hoping that they would tell us finally what happened to the characters on Moon. I mean, they're still stuck up there, like buried. Like the maps: Shangri-La, Moon, Nuketown Zombies, Transit, Die Rise, and Buried all take place during the same year, and that's 2025. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, that's wrong, and that's stupid, blah, 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 blah. But how can you explain the fact that they have all this futuristic equipment? I'm not talking just about the stuff in the box, from the mystery box, because we already confirmed the fact that when 1918 occurred, during Origins, weapons from the future were accessible. Well, I'm not talking about weapons from the future, I'm talking about the technology left in the present day. For starters, the zombies on Die Rise are Strategic Defense Coalition troops, dead Chinese military zombies, with futuristic hardware on them from 2025. Also, Cyborg Zombies, which, you know, is in Call of Duty Online, takes place around the same year, in July. So, yeah, they're still stuck on Moon. The world right now, either way, whether you go with Maxis' choice where he blows up the Earth later and kills everybody, or have Richtofen rule the world and enslave us all. It still ends badly either way. So, I'm really hoping, I want to push Treyarch to the edge where they finally give this up. Like, fine, we'll go back to the main characters, we'll explain what happened to them on the moon. Also, like I said before in a previous video, they are releasing a prequel comic book, but not just that, they also released another short story. This one is called Version, and that's an acronym, by the way. Written by the guy who did The Rightful King, which was a prequel to Black Ops 2, explaining us the whole background story as to why Raul Menendez hated us so much and became what he became. And then Devil's Breath, which explained to us in Call of Duty Ghosts why and how Gabriel Rourke broke. Like, how did he break and become, like, a traitor to the United States? This one, it talks about these two characters. I don't know their names. I don't know who they are and what kind of role they're going to play in the Black Ops 3 storyline, but we're going to find that out when the new game comes out. I think it said it was available on Tumblr. The only thing you have to do is type in the password Bluebird. I think that's in all capital letters, and it will give you the short story. However, I'm really hoping that later on in the game, or later on in the year, the author Michael Rudin will make it available for purchase or download. Because it's not that I don't want to read it on Tumblr, but I have a feeling it's not going to be there forever. Like, just like how his previous books were, they were available for Amazon at one point, and then they were removed because of some issues, and I was like disappointed. I even wrote him an email asking, hey, are your books still available? Because every time I look at them, they're sold out. He's like, or not available. And then he's like, oh, it's because of issues. I was like, oh, that's a shame. I really wanted to read them. He's like, oh, well, okay, I'll just send you 2 copies. And not saying I'm special, but at the time they weren't selling any more of them, and I was like utterly disappointed because they gave us so much backstory, and I like backstory. I even made a video about this on Devil's Breath and The Rightful King. Of course, I could not read it to everybody because, you know, eventually, and now I believe they're available for purchase again. I didn't want to ruin his, I didn't basically want to steal it. Now, with the Ghost comic, that was a little different. Nobody could find that comic anymore, and, at least where they have all 6 of the stories, and it was bought by DC Comics, which made it even more difficult to find, because DC, they have, this weird, system when it comes to, ordering stuff. But I'm not saying that they're a bad comic book company. It's just that it's a little weird. I couldn't navigate it as well. And I'm pretty sure some DC fan out there is going to say, well, it's not that hard. Well, yeah, you've had more practice than I have when purchasing comics online, probably. I like going to the actual store and buying them, because that way I know what I'm getting. But, so that's cleared up. Again, no idea what Black Ops 3 is going to be like. Kind of looking forward to it, but I really hope that, excluding the sequels, this will be the last futuristic warfare game out there. Obviously, they're probably going to make another, maybe 2 more games for Advanced Warfare, knowing how, this game franchise works. This could be going back all the way to Modern Warfare. So you had the first Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and that ended. Then you had, and this one, I guess, doesn't really count, even though it kind of should. World at War, it was still a World War II based game. but it had characters that would eventually turn up in Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Meaning Victor Reznov. But you have Black Ops 2, and then Black Ops 3. And I think that's going to probably be the last Black Ops before, I don't know, Treyarch decides, let's make a new game and a new title. And Ghosts obviously ended with a cliffhanger, so I'm assuming that there is going to be a second Ghosts. I'm not sure about the Extinction part, although, and a lot of people say, oh, well, Extinction and Ghosts in general was dumb. Well, yeah, I know it was pretty dumb and they milked it too much, but it's nonetheless a Call of Duty game. You can't help but play. It's kind of like how, and I don't want to use this in a positive way, but it works in some ways, and in other ways, it doesn't. It's like, you compare a regular t-shirt to a t-shirt, the same color, made from the same place. The only difference is it's got a Nike symbol on it. People say, oh, I like Nike, I'll buy it. But then, because of the symbol, it makes the shirt, more expensive. Let's compare two orange shirts, one having the Nike symbol on it. The normal one with just plain old orange is probably $9 to $8. But when you go to the one with the Nike symbol on it, it's $60. Maybe. Even though the shirt only costs $9 to make. But, yeah, so this was episode 4 of Overflow. I don't want to ramble too much, because I tend to do that a lot. And I sent an email to the guy, to the author, author of version, asking him if there will be a place, will the art work be available for purchase or for download. And until I get confirmation from him, I won't do a video on that book. Again, because it's a short story and it's an actual piece of literature and, copyright and all that other stuff, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to give you a basic summary about it, including some of the characters in it. That's it. I'm not doing anything else on that. So anyway, I'm Captain Alex Mason. I'll see you guys later.